Hello, and we're live. We're gonna quickly go through some introductions. Why don't you all say who you are? And since we're talking about fights and it's Mike Tyson fight night, why don't you tell me when your first fight was, if you've been in one? And that's all you have to say. And if it's incriminating, please leave it off of my stream. I'm not asking you to record yourself to do anything incriminating. But we'll go. I'm gonna call out Trent on this one first. Remember what your first fight was? Yeah.
Rude. My first fight. It was in high school. It was a bit of a brawl. We had a lot of brawls in high school where like lots of people were involved. Getting absolutely chimpanzee about the whole thing. I've been training for a little while at this point, so I was confident enough wading into it. Which was fun. But yeah, I wasn't trying to ice anybody. I was just trying to like stop them from beating the fuck out of all my friends. So I was kind of like just slapping chokes on people who were on top of my friends and dragging them off. And then I think people knew enough about me. Not that I was like a super badass or anything, but they just knew that I'd been training. And they were like, yeah, you know what? I'm just not going to take the chance. I'm like, cool, because I'm not real confident. But yeah, so it was just I didn't get punched or anything, which is good. I didn't punch anybody, but there's a lot of brawling, wrestling, and things. That was my first one. Pretty good. It was a good one, a safe one for me.
And you're muted.
Oh, safe one, right? Yeah. Like for me, though.
Yeah.
For me, it's really good. All right, Bert. What you got?
Growing up a military brat and being just naturally a big guy, every time I moved to a new school, somebody was trying to prove they were tougher than me. I think the first time it happened was in first grade, and then there was at least 2 to 3 fights every year until I went to high school, and fighting turned into, oh, now I'm going to jail. So.
Okay. That's fair. Don't go to jail for fighting people. We don't condone that. Drax.
Hi. Drax playing as Serene, and I don't know. I didn't have a whole lot of skirmishes
That's okay.
growing up.
It's actually a good thing in a lot of cases.
Never any like punches or anything. A couple chokeholds,
Yeah.
I was a small kid, but yeah, defended myself, so it worked.
And that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
What about you, Rhaegar? Remember your first?
Actually, yeah,
Fight?
I was like pretty young at the time. My mom had put me into a Catholic school because we grew up in a rough neighborhood, and she's like, no public schools. And I was like a little hood rat kid around all these like affluent like little white kids, and I guess they would pick on me. I really don't know. I don't know. One kid said something, and my immediate reaction, I punched him in his mouth, and I immediately got taken and put into like timeout detention. I don't really remember what it was.
To be fair, usually when someone gets punched in the mouth, it's because they said something that made it worth punching them in the mouth. Like genuinely, usually, if that's where the
I see.
hit goes.
It's possible that he did, or because I was a little hood rat, so he could have just said anything really that I didn't like. And I was like,
fair.
I'm about to deck this kid.
He's like, man, I like vanilla ice cream. You're like, oh, this kid's getting punched right now. Wrong
he said
answer.
something crazy.
Yeah.
Yampa. Ice cream is delicious.
What's up, guys? It's Yampa playing Saroon. Growing up, I had got into a lot of fights, but since it's the Swords of Nanteleod, I want to bring up the Spirit of Brotherhood. So I'm going to take us back to my elementary days. There was this kid that thought he was tough. It was myself and 2 of my brothers. We lived a block away from the school, so we were walking home. This kid was chasing us for some reason. He said something that pissed us off, so we jumped the kid. Yeah. That's what happens. You don't fuck with us, you know?
Yeah. Lose a point of honor. No.
All three of us just jumped this one kid. Hey, he earned it. He earned it.
Check cowardly.
I get it. Yeah. Mine was, I think, third grade. I want to say third or fourth grade, somewhere in there.
I was probably like fifth or sixth. But yeah.
Yeah. Mine was Catholic school. I remember that. And kid stepped on my Nikes, and I wasn't happy about that. So I pushed him, and then we both got detention. It was my first detention ever. And then we were both mad at each other for causing each other to get detention. So we went out into the alleyway behind school and fought back there. It was kind of like a lame fight. Like we just both threw a bunch of punches. I landed more than him. It was kind of like over, and like, you know what I mean? It was like we were friends, so we're like, after it was done, it's like, whatever. And then we all just walked away. It was stupid.
The good old days.
Yeah. Much better than later ones, like going to the university one that my friends dragged me into, where you're just trying to save people from getting killed, you know, and you're just like, why am I here? St. Patrick's Day. And
once you get
now I just go to like a nice quiet place for St. Patrick's Day. Ever since that, I'm like, and that's like in my 20s. Any point from thereafter, I'm like, I don't want to be in a Donnybrook. Like, like it's just nasty.
Get big and see like a few people get absolutely like
mob mentality. Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. Yeah, you're like, you know what? I don't need to prove anything.
I'm good.
Yeah.
When you're older too, you're like,
start getting involved. It's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. You see enough of it too, where it's like people get really, really hurt from stuff that would normally not cause, like freak accident kind of stuff. But there's like, they're rolling a dice, you know, and I've rolled enough dice in role playing to know that sometimes you roll that critical failure.
Yeah.
You always roll the critical failure.
We did this cool thing in Australia where I don't know if what you guys call it in the US, but or North America, but it used to be called the king hit, which is essentially where you just like line somebody up when they're not looking and belt them, you know. And it's the kind of thing that kills people, not because they got punched necessarily hard, but because they fall and then they smack it on the concrete, right?
That's 100%.
You're talking about the
so
knockout
Danny Green,
type shit.
He's actually from he lives around the corner from me. Actually, he was a world champion boxer. He beat Roy Jones Jr. He started this big information campaign to recall it, to change the name of it. And he started calling it the Coward Punch, and it's
a sucker
been
punch.
great. Yeah, sucker punch. There you go. Yeah, so they're calling it the Coward Punch now in Australia, and it's hopefully helping because as you said, right, you roll a 1, your head hits a concrete or an iron railing or whatever, and people die.
That was the one thing, like if I saw anyone try to sucker anyone when I was bouncing, it was like they're just gone, like they're not coming back, because like it's just like you said, it's such a way of I would call that assault at that point, because you're not not squaring up, you're just literally threatening someone's life. Yep. Okay, let's talk about Nanteleod's legacy now. The year is 505. We're going to do a brief piece with Cercalis for the winter, or for Christmas feast in 504. So actually, let's start there. I think this is at this will be at Nanteleod's court in Escavalon. How do you think, Weregar, how do you think that Collis and Lady Helly announce it? First off, do they announce it? I think that was her proposal to you. Do you decide to follow through with that?
Yeah, he would have to announce it. He's too proud to not do it.
Okay. She would offer you the right to say it if you wanted to announce it, or together, like whatever way you think best, where you both like impart words.
Because he's proud, but he still knows his rank technically. So he'd probably do something along the lines of, like he says one half, and then she'll say the other half. Of like, hey, we're actually blah 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 blah.
Do you have what is your compose score?
My compose score is actually, if I pulled up my sheet, compose is 16.
Okay. I think if that's the case, why don't you roll compose? Okay. And now, what's your orate skill?
Very low. It is a 4.
4. Okay. Add +5 to 4 and roll that, please.
Get him.
Hey, look at that. Nice. So, one sec. Yep. Okay, so you guys are both, like, it's well orchestrated. You both land your points. What do you think what are the key points that, because you would have had time since you composed it to agree on the points. What were your key points? What did you want to stress in this? Was it simply about announcing it, or is there anything clear you wanted to say? Any fluff you wanted to add to it that might not actually be fluff? You know, that's how those things work. Are there any little things you wanted to slide in there?
I'll make sure to hint at the matrilineal part.
Okay.
Because I think that was probably the biggest thing that threw Collis off guard. Because again, he's marrying like above his status, but at the same time, he's like, I don't really like my dynasty sort of, my father's line almost going extinct with me.
Yeah, does it go extinct with you?
If I marry matrilineally, then wouldn't it?
You have a brother?
I do have a brother, actually.
Then it's not gone until...
Yeah, technically you could make him the head of your manor. There's a word for that, where they're not like fully in charge. What's that?
Not Vavassor, no.
Vavassor, I thought, was the person who oversees other vassal knights. So that would make...
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. But you can make your... Yeah, it doesn't have to be the extinction. She wouldn't be looking to make your family line extinct either. Like, she has no, like, you know, let me ruin his family line. It's more like she...
I'm not going to...
As the head of her house, her house is... Not only is she the Duchy of Glevum, when it comes to, like, the importance of who her family line goes through, it's not even questionable. Like, her dad? Yes, her dad is Duke Eldol, who is, like, the guy who fought his way out of the Knight of Long Knife, so the only survivor who fought his way out with a table leg. Like, he was a, like, rank 10,000 glory knight kind of thing. And so, and a duke himself, right? So you'd have a lot, you'd be up against a lot to try and, like, claim, you know, that you have the prestige to take that over, and make it non-matrilineal. The question is are you okay with that? I guess, is your ambition greater than your pride for your family? Because your family will live on. You just won't technically be the head of it anymore.
Let me test that. Brown. And I guess love family. Oh, love family wins.
I don't know if it'd be love family. I'm trying to think what this would be. Because it's almost like your ambition, right? Is what's driving you up? Oh, I guess so.
Yeah,
so it's...
Alice hasn't stopped, but I'm gonna just continue that Sir Collis, like, he's thinking above his station. I'm gonna keep him going on the ambition path.
Yeah, and there's not really something that I guess proud would be the closest thing for ambition, but I don't know. I don't know what these dice mean. Normally, I can really guess it. Like, okay, this is the path. The question is are you willing to go through with the betrothal and the announcement, with the matrilinear being required in that statement from her point?
I think it makes sense putting family over pride in this case, right? You're saying, well, what's best for my lineage?
It would make your son would be a true, like, yeah. So maybe that's a point. Like, you are doing this because you're like, I will have a son with this person. I will have children with this person, and they will be the heirs to a duchy. It doesn't matter if I'm not really, I'm.
The name is just a name.
Yeah. Do you accept that logic?
Yep.
Are you being goaded by Yampa at the moment?
In the private message, yes. He's like, how could you?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have a plan. If I survive that long to have a kid.
10 out of 10 trolling.
Yeah. All right.
But no,
sounds good.
I hope he'll sort of emphasize that part, but he'll still agree definitely to the betrothal.
Yeah. She'll talk about the unity that comes from the barony and the duchy being united. On her part, she'll talk about the closeness between Glevum and Orensis, which is where you're based out of, and the future it will bring for the descendants of your united line. It's very stereotypical, I guess, in what she presents. No mention of Clarence, so that's good. She could have tried to find a way to press that within, press some buttons. She didn't bother to do so that's always a good sign. And yeah, I want to know how Rune feels about this announcement.
Oh, I don't think he'd care that much.
Yeah. You don't feel like he'd feel betrayed or anything by Collis's...
Really,
yeah.
Because, his father was, was like the first one of his family to become a banneret. He already became a banneret himself. Sure, Collis is higher than him, but his love family is too high for him to be that annoyed. I mean, if he wants to... be, matrilineal, whatever. It's more like, well, I mean, he's agreeing to this. Rune is just going to continue the line, more or less.
That's fair. Okay. Well, with that, I think, Collis, you can add an extra 20 glory to your year with that because of announcing that and for the successful orate.
Nice.
And then you can, real quick, why don't you test, why don't you roll compose and orate for me one more time?
All right.
Since this happened in 404.
And orate.
Okay, your orate goes up by 1.
Nice.
All right. And then we move to the map of the realms and we see what's changed since the last time we visited this lovely place. You'll note that Summerland has gotten a lot smaller.
Or Summerland.
Indeed. The bottom half of Summerland's been conquered. You'll notice that London is no longer in the green zone. It too has been conquered. And I think those are the major map differences. Let me just see. Yeah, nothing up here. That's about it, folks. Those are the big changes for now. So, there is a call for. We're gonna go into a feast. I know we did we did a feast last time, but you know what? It's Easter, and that's what we do. So Easter feast time. Easter feaster. Before we, yes, I want to know about highlights from your winter phases. Only the think about the most dramatic events for your character. I don't care that this went up by 1 or whatever. If you moved to a different rank, like if you went to famous knight or something, you can announce that. But like, tell me the biggest highlights. We're gonna start with Yampa on this one.
I don't think Rune had any highlights.
Okay.
Other than he had a cousin, which we haven't just made known who
Seen
it
on
is.
screen.
But yeah, it's a cousin that's really good with numbers, and he is doing marvelous things at Rune's Manor or plans.
Nice. All right. What about you, Ergar? Anything vital from your winter phase?
The only thing was I rolled on the event table and I got neighbor attacks, and I don't know if that means like the barony or the manor itself. That's what I got.
Oh my. I probably know where that is too. Yeah, I think you were rated by the Forest Sauvage. People from the Forest Sauvage. But we'll verify who for next time. It was simply probably more of a raid. What was the impact? Do you remember?
I don't think so. Because when I rolled on the event table, it just said it didn't really specify anything.
Probably more of a raid, and they probably didn't hit siege your manor or your castle. It was probably more like one of your towns, stuff like that. So now that you're a baron, and we'll figure out more about that for next time. But yeah, obviously you are probably to some of the people in that area an imposter, right?
Yeah. That makes sense.
We will go to Drax. Any highlights from your winter phase?
Yeah, Sir Rain, in his new posting up there, apparently has neighbor troubles as well, where they're levying tolls on their shared trade routes.
Ooh.
Costing me 1 libram a year.
Good times.
Yeah, and positive note, Rain and Illyri welcome their daughter, Aira.
Nice.
Yeah.
You has a child.
Yes. Yeah. Possible heir of some sort of.
Yeah.
I blush too.
Are you kidding? 2?
Yes, a bastard and a first daughter.
I remember the daughter. I didn't know about the bastard. Bert.
I mean, Cormac got married.
Yeah.
Lady Mia and him basically just stayed newlyweds. No births. But Cormac did find out his mom has gotten fat.
These things happen. Yeah.
Your mom has always been fat.
She outlived my dad.
What about Gwydir?
Very similar story, actually. I was raided by bandits, is what it said specifically. And I had twin daughters.
Twin daughters. Nice. Very cool. Alrighty. We will move this to Escavalon. It will be a 3-round feast. Give me an intrigue roll, all of you, to start. See if you're aware of said rumors, since none of you are really well. Cormac, actually, you can add a +3 to yours because you spend time here in Escavalon right now.
Have passed.
I know everything.
Oh, look at us go! It's better than our triple fumble last game.
You're right.
Why would you say that loud?
It makes sense
like
for
to see it.
Rain's up there dealing with the construction of the castle too.
Yeah, it's not really even my court anymore.
Yeah. For everybody else, there is rumor of a muster following Easter. There's rumor that the king will march. There's lots of speculation on whether that will be to Summerland or to London.
London's a far trek and takes us through Sauvage.
Hey, we don't like that bush.
Por qué no los dos?
Amen.
It's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start the feast there. We're gonna get a 1d20. This time I'm gonna hand it to Bert.
Oh no.
We got the what's it called?
Feast?
No, the jewelry from college, the necklace, nice necklace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thought you were asking for me to roll food. I have a 10 to
crane and a selection of cheeses.
Amazing.
Sounds pretty good.
There might be another roll here. Just give me a
Kinda
sec.
I
16.
don't know
you
making a
said.
point though. That seems a bit. Heck.
I need a d20 roll from. We'll do Trent and then one from Yampa.
8.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Well, there goes my fumble. So.
Yeah, get it out of the way, man.
Okay. Interesting. I might have misinterpreted that. Hold on. What the hell? One sec.
All right, I'll be right back, folks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. I'm just gonna figure out who.
I'm back.
Oh man, his arc's taking a dive. Okay.
What have you done?
Yeah, he'll see. I'm sure someone will.
Oh God, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No, that doesn't excite.
The Archbishop Dubricus is here as well.
What?
And where did everyone land with app rolls? We roll those yet?
I didn't roll
No.
any.
Okay.
Also, I almost forgot. Sir Collis still has to fight a duel.
He does.
Oh,
have a
that's
duel.
right.
Oh
That's
yeah.
right.
You know what? Let's do that at a high level. You were fighting. Who
Do it.
was it that you were beefing with?
Sir Dig
Yeah,
Dig
Sir
it.
Dig it.
Can you dig it? Right.
You think it?
Yeah, Rain's cousin.
You
Yeah.
better not fail my family.
Okay. This is how we're gonna do it. Real quick. I'm assuming this is not like a full joust, right? This is probably foot and sword. Who
started it? Are we doing the thing where whoever starts the duel, the other person gets to choose the nature of it? Is that how it works?
Technically, the rule book says that they start in a joust and then end like at a yield, but those are not for first blood.
Right, and that's probably like in the proper, like we're pretty early in the.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Seems
so
dangerous.
I'm willing to accept it being a foot once it's to first blood, but I think Collis, you could push it if you wanted. I think he would accept either.
Fashion Boy finally passes the room.
Yeah.
I think he'll just stick with swords.
Okay. All right. And are you impassioning for this?
Yes. I will impassion with honor.
Okay. He's going to do the same.
Can he dig it?
Can you dig it?
I mean, he took out a Cadlu, so maybe.
Yeah, it's true.
Or can you?
Get it?
Yep.
I can.
All right.
Fucking funny.
Okay, so you're both rocking a +5 here. It is going to be a sword back and forth. He comes out. He looks pissed, right? He's not very happy with how this all played out the night before. And he'll salute you respectfully. He's got a 15 in honor, so he's not well known for it, but he's not dishonorable. So he'll salute you properly. But you know that look in his eye. You've seen it more than once. This is someone that is not your biggest fan right now, and this goes beyond. This has gone personal.
So Carlos will just shrug him honorably back. Salute him honorably back.
When you're ready, he
Like,
gets into position with his blade. His shield's up, and he's ready to swing. So when you're ready, this will be a contested roll. Ooh, that is not high, my friend. Let's hope he rolls. Let's hope he rolls lower. He did not.
Oh.
But he didn't crit. So the question is, right, and these are rebated weapons, I believe, or duels are supposed to be fought with rebated weapons. So it'll be half the damage. So we're gonna roll it and then just divide it by 2 from there. Yes, it does. No blood is drawn. You raise your blade. You raise your shield, and catch his blade.
Alright.
This is too peaceful, isn't it? This is probably going to be a little too chaotic, but that's fine. It's better than peaceful. All right. So that brings us back to the top of the round. You are still impassioned with honor. He's still impassioned with honor. When you are ready, sir. Oh, you got it higher than him. Let's see. You've got to roll like a really high damage. It's basically going to be the first crit. Probably is how this is going to play out, but. Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Not gonna work.
Nope. So you guys are
little guy.
Yeah. Just think of this as like this is how it would actually play out in an actual, like it's not going to, especially with like chain and shield, 2 competent like warriors. It's not going to be quick. You know what we didn't do though? Technically, we're going to back this up a little bit to his hit of 21, which is higher than your dex.
Knockdown.
Padded size,
Yeah. Higher than your size, sorry. So now you got to make a dex roll.
Alright, dex. Nope.
Okay. He sends you reeling with that 21 on the ground.
And that's not with the impassion, correct? That was just
you can impassion. Did you count the passion?
I did not. So that would be a 17.
17. So you crit. So you spin around back on your feet. A crit on staying on your feet. I think what that does, well, it's first off, it's 12 glory. I think you spin around and it's not going to really make too much of a difference. I think what I'll do is give him a -2 penalty on his dex because you spun around quickly and kind of surprised him, if that makes sense. So you hit him back with 18, which is higher than his dex. So now higher than his size, I meant to say. So he reels. Let's see how bad this is. So he's only going to get a +3 to his.
I heckle Cerdic.
He stays up because he's impassioned. Okay.
Rain is most certainly neutral in this affair.
Okay, and now we're back to top of the round again.
Low rolls.
Just barely over yours. This might be a while. 18 dex test for you.
Dex.
You should go for an uncontrolled strike.
All or
I
nothing.
don't think you're that angry yet.
No.
All right, back to the top of the round. Then you get hit again in the shield. You catch it with your shield, and you're sent backwards, but not onto your ass. This is back and forth.
These rolls,
Ting,
man.
ting, ting, ting.
What are you guys doing?
Oh,
Close.
He's got a shield still. You have to get 33 damage to get a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get through.
Yeah.
and he's gonna stay up. So okay, it's back and forth now.
Is there... Where are we fighting? I'm guessing in the courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
Do I observe any... like... loose rocks or anything like that I'm like, as we're dueling, I sort of like see this and I'm like, if I back him up to it, I'm using the environment to my advantage.
Okay. So long as it's in the grounds of still honorable, I'll let you take a battle roll on that. It'll be opposed by him though.
Yeah.
Oh, aye.
Okay. You do. So you can start to your next time you send him reeling, it can be in that direction, and we'll see if see what that does. So.
All right.
When you're ready, sir.
All right.
Oh, he gets ya. But probably isn't gonna do enough. Nope. What's your size?
13.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Make a
that's
dex roll again.
Just a
Remember, plus your 5. Okay. Okay. Another round if you're ready. It's only a matter of time till one. There you go. And he didn't. That's what you want. So let's start with your damage. So you're doing 5d6 and then plus 4d6. So
26.
okay.
26.
26.
Still not enough.
Not enough. It's only 13 if you half it.
Right, 13 if you half it. It will send him backwards, almost for sure, because his size was 15. No, nope, not a for sure, is it?
Doesn't even take. Doesn't. It's a dex roll.
Okay, he manages to stay up as he reels backwards, but he is now standing on that loose stone where you would hope to send him towards. So if you can send him reeling one more time, he'll almost for sure be on his ass because of that stone underneath him. So basically, think about like fighting on like the stones around a garden. He's now up on those, like off balance a bit.
And then for was it an uncontrolled attack?
Yeah.
Give him the first strike, but you get a +10 on yours.
I'll do that. I think the duel's gone on long enough.
Okay.
All in, baby.
He strikes. He does not crit. So,
he can't beat. Well, he could get a knockdown.
Yeah, could trigger a knockdown. 18, so just enough to trigger a dex roll into you.
Come on, don't fail me. All
So
right.
good. All right. This could come to you now.
Hey.
That's really good sign. So
Gotta get that
you
roll.
need that damage to go up. That's a much better start.
Then
You need a 16 or higher.
Oh, hold on. 34, really? 30.
Yeah.
He's got 16 armor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
34
Yeah.
doubles
It
his.
is.
It doubles his size.
34. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm dumb.
It's
I'm
blood.
an idiot and dumb.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it's 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Blood.
Okay. Yep. You not only that, you send him on his ass because double his dex, so he goes reeling off onto the ground, and he looks like he's about to get back up, and P notices the blood, like he spits on the ground, and there's blood, like
Nobody.
coming out of his mouth. And he looks like he's ready to get back up and fight you, and like people jump in. They're like, "Oh, first blood!" Like, Sir Collis is the victor. Obviously, he's not super happy about that, but he is impassioned with honor, so he won't. He'll just storm off.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he'll bow
Cerdic
respectfully
pretty
to you.
happy
Yeah, yeah. He's like, "Fuck that, cousin."
Well, he used a very inappropriate time last feast to
Yeah.
approach him about other business, and that was not gonna fly.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't have a right to be.
Oh, he has a right. I have a right. It's gonna be interesting to see how this goes because he's not happy.
Right? All right. Back to the feast then, gents. You will get, it's not a huge amount. I'll say 25 glory for dueling a banneret to first blood.
Good work, Corliss. Proud of you.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
I just realized this is a man who dueled someone to the death before he dueled someone to first blood.
Yeah, true.
So Nud.
Question. Before I do my appearance. Does my wife have a fashion score?
Oh.
He's still sweating.
Yes. I think ladies have distaff, and I think that counts fashion amongst their other stuff.
Oh, I don't even know what that does.
Kimrick ladies. But I don't know if you can use your... Can you use your wife's fashion score?
I don't know.
I figured she doesn't want to be sat below the salt.
Yeah, I don't see why not. If you want, you'll have to record it. No, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
And I think it's covered by distaff anyways. So I'm gonna do 10 plus 1d10. I can do this for all of you. For Gwydir, I'm gonna warn you that it's not gonna be as high because it's not Kimray. So
yeah, she just see it.
Yeah, she's got glamour. She doesn't need that stuff.
Yeah.
So this is for Cormac's wife. So I did the roll for you too.
So she's got a 17 in it?
Yeah. Rune's wife. Rain's wife.
Yeah.
Record the right hand number. That's what they have in fashion.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the skill? The spelling of it?
DISAFF.
Yeah, and that won't be for Gwydir. Your wife is not Kimrick. So,
Yeah.
Or
I
your
didn't catch
partner.
it. Just wrote in chat.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It did have it.
I think it was DI, right? Not DE? Or was it?
That's right. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, you forgot it there.
Okay, so 12 for Rain's wife, 14 for Rune's wife, 17 for Cormac's wife. Collis, you're yet to be married. You're betrothed now, though. The other big nobles are here. Most of the ones that were at the last court, to be honest. I don't think we need to change too much there. I guess the only keynote I would make for differences, Lady Helly is here for sure. I don't know if there she is. Thought I had her kicking around. And Leo de Grants is here. Are two of the bigger names that are present. Two of the major guests. And with that, we can kick into the rounds. So let me do this. Gwydir.
One more appearance roll.
Yeah, Gwydir, I need an intrigue roll from you.
Intrigue. 10 pass.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
You find yourself below the salt for some reason.
Oh, I suspect I know what this is.
Where's my fucking proud score?
Who else we got? Rune is 12, so he's near the salt.
I choose to make a fuss.
Okay, that's fair. You may do so on your round, good sir. Yeah. Cormac passed. Let's see. Collis. Did anyone fail? Ooh, Collis failed. Collis fumbled.
Yeah.
Did you re-roll? Not yet, right? Yeah, roll again, because this determines whether you're on the floor or below the salt.
He passed.
I can see that my duel probably made people a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, maybe. It might just be a mix-up.
Sounds like they're racist against pagans to me.
Yeah. I think we should make
you are a pagan, aren't you? Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could be. Who knows? 5 of you, right? I got all 5 of you there?
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, and then Rune's away, so we'll have him set for 3rd there. I'm just gonna grab a drink real quick, and then we can start this. It'll be like 30 seconds.
Cool.
That's cool.
We go check on the fights.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back.
Oh well. Roommate's having problems with the internet connection.
Oh.
Classic.
So he only in the ensuingness, he's only really seen one other fight.
Oh. That's not a lot.
So
Maybe if I unmute myself, y'all can hear me.
Hey, bud.
hey, are you back?
Yes. Sorry about
I
that.
didn't hear you for a second there.
Yeah. If you had your mute button pressed or something.
That's so weird.
Super weird.
I was feeding the household because I am a good big brother.
Aw.
Indeed. Sounds like it. Shout out to Yampa for being a good big brother. Plus one to love family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For Yampa, not
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like out of 3. I'm kidding. I love my family. I'm joking. I'm joking. I
Wow.
love my family.
Listen,
Like,
you can have
at
a
least
high
my
love
love
family and a
family
high
is
cruel at the
15.
same time.
That's fair.
That is true.
Okay. We'll start with Rain.
Oh. Okay, well, it's been a while for rain, so I'm going to go with the cards thing. I believe I got 3 yet, so I haven't hit the 4 draw yet.
Pull 'em.
What's your glory right now?
Just short of 7,000.
Yeah, so still 3. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
7,004?
I think 8 is famous.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About to say.
Orate, singing, or play. That
A
is
lady's
not
favor.
happening. Yeah. That is a terrible idea. Yeah, those are all very terrible ideas.
You want to go ahead and arm wrestle?
We might have to keep that tradition going.
It's pretty good.
Do it.
He's retired, but is he still around?
He's still here.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
He's
go test
retired
this
to
guy.
arm wrestling. He's like, what's that guy's name? Devin, whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
That guy's so
Yeah,
charismatic.
so that's what we'll do. We'll go with the test of strength. With my meager strength of, I think, 13.
I believe in you.
Well, let's figure out who this is. This could be random.
Yeah.
Or it could be Ithel.
It could be Justin. You married his sister.
That's true.
We'll
Rain
both
gets along.
develop a rivalry.
Maybe. I mean, Rain gets along pretty well with Justin.
Got him.
Now, Dig It now, on the other hand.
I don't think Diggett's talking about his strength.
Nah.
I'm just throwing it out there. He might brag about other things. I'm not sure strength is going to be the thing he brags about.
You ain't gonna be bragging about nothing soon.
Right?
Brag about getting his ass kicked.
Call a random number, Drax.
Let's go with 7.
Okay, just checking. Something I'm doing. Don't worry about it. It's not happening, so it doesn't matter.
Right back.
Let's see. Eleanor. No. Yeah, we're gonna make it Ithel. It's gotta be Ithel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
This
should
will
be
be
a good
fun.
time. Yep.
Yeah, just roll strength, right?
Yep.
There you go.
You had a fighting chance.
I would have.
Yeah, you're not Give me an awareness roll.
Hey, I get to roll awareness? I don't ever get to roll awareness. Yeah, we're good.
You see Justin kind of scamper off out into the courtyard after someone, and like you didn't really see who it was. You can't really remember who it was that was like in front of him, but you just get a bad vibe about it, and it sort of distracts you. And then all of a sudden, you're just like, you get thrown almost by the like. It's embarrassing how quickly he puts your arm down. It's just like, yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Rain's not worried about that sort of thing.
Okay.
He's not overly proud, so he's famously modest. So.
Okay, he moves on to challenge others. So he's gonna continue on from there. His conquest now. He'll be the gym master.
If you give this to one of the other players, you take a -1 to your geniality.
But it says he moves on to challenge other. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want...
going to do that. No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he'll just go on to challenge other people in the background. Like, yeah. Okay. That's fair. I don't blame you for taking the -1 geniality hit.
Well, it's more Rain's got other things he's got to go off and do now. He doesn't want to cause any more.
It's fair. All right, that is Rain's turn. That brings it to Cormac for round 1.
Cormac just got married a few months ago. He's still living off that post-wedding bliss. So he is going to go dancing with his bride, Lady Nia.
Oh, triggering the dance, huh? All right, let's see it. Let's see how well this goes. Yeah, but by the way, if you missed it, your wife has a distaff of 14, which can be rolled for fashion and for stewardship.
A what? A distaff?
Yeah, it's a Kimrick skill set that the ladies of Kimri have, where they can do all kinds of cool stuff. Stewardship, industry, and I think fashion. So
instead of rolling mine, I could roll one of her 3s.
Yeah, if you want to use her as your steward for your place, if you want to, I should probably check that distaff covers that, because I stated it. I can check real quick. I know what book it comes from. It comes from Knights and Ladies, so in sec.
Yeah, because if it's Manor stuff, there's also the one cousin that we could probably talk about out of screen.
Oh no, I'm entirely wrong. I'm sorry. Distaff is not fashion. For future use, ignore that. Since we rolled that, those are fashion scores, not distaff scores. Just for everyone's awareness. Yep. Because we rolled that for fashion, not for distaff. So, fashion, I think, might be incorporated in something like Occitanian, probably. Occitanian. Yeah. Okay. Dancing. Yep. And then I don't remember what her dance skill is. Let's see how bad the roll is. I'll give her 4 plus 1d6. Yeah. No, you guys fell together. You're just out there
having fun,
having a good time. That is 1 geniality for you.
No one's gonna tell the captain of the guard that they're doing something that's terrible.
Right?
I mean, they might.
I mean, they'd be really stupid.
There and upset him in court and bounced him like a ball.
That's true.
That brings us to Rune.
I've already drawn cards.
I guy there. I haven't seen that one yet.
Which maybe I shouldn't have. What the hell is this one? No.
Oh, court jester.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm interested in this one. Let me see about this one. Ask you if you can lend him money. Alright. Rune is modest, but not that modest. Nah, definitely not like the other night since his wife is there. So let's do modest versus proud.
Let's see it. Oh, look at that. Nice one, Geniality. So, what has happened? What could Rune take a ribbing for recently?
Definitely not the last one. I think the duel that he had with Justin, because he lost it in front of everyone at the court, right? Like way back when. So maybe someone that's still around from those days, he just brings that out, knowing that Rune still has a little bit of a rubbing with Sir Justin.
Yeah, and I think he does it. One of the reasons it doesn't land is Justin's not here. Justin, you notice, is like absent, and like so it's like he was there a minute ago when this guy was setting this up, and now he's not here, and he looks really disappointed. But he's still funny with it, and it's kind of like a well, fuck me, right? Like kind of response to it when Justin's not there. He says, "Looks like the Lord of Timberlake is noticeably absent."
Yeah.
All right, 2 Geniality. That brings us to Gwydir. You're muted, sir.
Yep.
Good, because I made a terrible joke. I made a Backstreet joke. Big jokes, and I was embarrassed.
You're making a Backstreet Boys joke about Justin Timberlake.
I know, he's old enough to know better, right?
Sir,
But,
you're old enough to know better.
Thank you.
And I thought we were in sync here about this, man.
Well, do you want it that way, or do you want it another way?
I'll just take
I'm gonna commit seppuku. Avoid the stain.
Yeah, please.
Right. I'm done. Maybe I should roll hospitality. I mean, I did pass pride. Maybe I should roll. You know what? This is a good one. If I go mad, I have a good reason to. I've been absolutely.
I mean, he ain't wrong. He's being slighted right now.
I've been slighted. Yeah, this is an absolute breach of hospitality. So I'm going to roll hospitality, and then go insane. Hey, he's done it.
There we go.
Oh yeah!
Called it.
Whatever.
Babe Ruth. Look at that pointing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just see if anybody wants to re-roll from the peanut gallery, but
Don't do it.
I do have my 505 fortune point, but it's pretty funny.
You called it. It happened.
Yeah, it's fate. It's fate.
I think it makes perfect sense. I think he's like, the church is trying to take money from him for a thing he didn't do, and now he's been seated below the belt. And he's like, I think he's pissed off.
Okay.
Over to you, Bob.
Yeah. Let's look at madness, shall we? So first off, you get let's start with the good. You get 100 glory for being mad.
That's better than what I got anyway from the feast.
Okay, and then let's look at how long that lasts. 1d6 plus 10 days, which won't be super long. Why don't you go ahead and roll a d6 for me?
I added the 10 as well, so 12.
Perfect, and you lose 1 point of hospitality. What is your rant look like as you storm your way out of here?
I don't think he storms his way out of here. I think he storms his way to the high table. I think he's like, this is absolute bullshit. I think he picks a random person and throws them out of their seat. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
To the high table?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. He's mad. He's pissed off. I think he's like, this is an absolute slight against my pride, against my hospitality. It's racist because I'm a pagan. You know, I think he just snaps and he's sick of this shit. He's like, I've fought hard. I was captured by Saxons. I killed the biggest dude on the battlefield, and this is what I get.
Yeah. You do so. Give me a D3.
Oh no.
No.
Uh-oh.
You, Elaine, you bitch.
Yeah, you
I always
unsuspectedly throw Elaine from his spot. He's sort of like, he doesn't really try to resist it, which is, I'm not rolling against it or whatever. It's not a strength roll or whatever. You drag him out and he's kind of like, what the hell? And then you like shove him aside and you sit down. And Dubercus stands up and he says, what is the meaning of this, Sir Gwydir?
Hold on. Let me roll. I don't have a punch skill.
It's just your strength.
Oh yeah. How far away is he?
He's on the other side, like of Nanteleod. So you'd have to like almost reach over Nanteleod to get to him.
I probably wouldn't do that because of my inherent love for Nanteleod. Is this the guy that's trying to make me pay money for the thing I didn't steal? You son of a bitch. You, Dubercus! You're trying to ping me with the theft of something that I didn't take, and now you're whispering in everybody up here's ear, kicking me down below the salt when all I've done is fought loyally for my king. This is outrageous!
What are you doing, Cormac?
Cormac, as soon as he like pulled Elaine out of his chair, Cormac is kind of like in work mode now.
Okay.
And so he was already making his way, but at that, Cormac is now sort of, oh, okay.
Yeah, time to speed things up. Yeah. I think Nanteleod, he's been not quick to say anything to Gwydir chastising, but I think he chastises here. He says,
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Sir Gwydir, enough. He says, you're to leave this court, return to your home until you're summoned.
Let me just roll this real quick. I just want to see if I crit or not. To see how much crying I'm doing.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, so much crying.
I think that breaks him. I think that it's fucking 20 and 20. I think he looks and he realizes who he's currently leaning over trying to reach Dubercus, and I think he just drops to his knee and immediately just is super apologetic and like probably clutching at his holding up. No, my king, I'm. It's just he's poisoning you against me. And then he's like, my lord, I will wait. Anything. I await your summons, High King. I await, and then he'll shove people out of the way. As
Cormac is literally like the one taking him out of this room.
Yeah.
Is that going to be your Cormac? That will probably have to do something with that for the next round.
I apologize, Cormac. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to. It was.
Yeah.
You see what he's doing.
All right. We'll pause that there for your action, Cormac. If you want to just escort him literally silently to the door and say nothing, you won't have to use your action. If you want to do anything other than a short quirp of a statement to Gwydir, if you want to show him any compassion, it will be a full action of yours in the next round.
All right.
Yeah. I'll leave it to you. You can totally decide. I just realistically, it's not going to be this big long piece. You're not going to get 2 actions.
Yeah.
Because you could also try to pull him. I think you can try to snap someone out of madness. It's a matter of whether you want to. Sorry, it's not a matter of whether you want to. It's a matter of whether or not that'll then lead to worse things. I think we know the dice don't love you. So at this point.
Don't risk it.
It would not be something I do inside the feast hall.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll pull Gwydir out. That brings us to Collis.
Uh, I would like to think that the straw that broke the camel's back was Sir Gwydir has been like mad that he's like below the salt, and then Sir Collis just leans over. Is this your first time being below the salt? And then that just breaks it.
And he's like, what the fuck?
Out here.
Oh yes.
No, I'm full cards though.
It's like
Shit disturber.
everyone
over
else
here.
is up
Yeah.
there, and it's the pagans below the salt. How's that happening?
Oh, shit. Dubricus happens to be sitting next to the king. Fucking
Uh-huh.
yeah.
All I wanted to do was get a love Mia passion. But no. Jerk.
You're welcome.
What's this?
I think I'll take Gentlewoman. Actually.
Okay.
That's a cool card.
It's a good one. It's a good glory. Back
See you guys next week.
It's like, and I'm out. Yeah.
Oh man.
You're gonna make me bounce you like a ball, aren't you?
That, honestly, it's really about time.
It's about time that Gwydir has a wake-up call.
2 geniality. There's not really any condition on this other than you can keep it. You cannot draw cards. You're okay with that?
Yep, I'm fine with that.
And it's a good geniality keeper. So you get 2 geniality for pulling this card. Which
Although I don't know how much Lady Helly's going to appreciate this.
I mean, it could
fair.
be Lady Helly in general.
You can't help it if there's just a chick hanging around you. You can't help it. It runs in the family, man. It runs in the family.
If it's not Lady Helly, then it could be my herald / spy master, Pendragon, I think her name is. Who's helping me do that?
Oh yeah,
Lady
yeah, you
Helly
got
makes more
that.
sense.
How did you get that again? Where did that come in? That was
I was trying to buy a herald because I'm bad at talking to people.
yes.
And
Discovery.
it turns out that she's actually really good at intrigue.
I think that's probably what this is. It makes sense.
Can't help it.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Hey, our family, bunch of Casanovas.
Makes sense.
Round 2, and we've only eliminated 1 so far. Rain, your go, sir.
Rain would take a moment with all the shouting and ruckus and look over to where his wife's at to make sure she's okay. But after that, he's taken off to investigate where Justin's gone. Because that was odd. And made him mess up his arm wrestling match. And you're muted, I think, again.
I'll take an awareness test for this one.
All right.
So I'm having
That's
a
all right.
pop,
Yeah, I get to
and
roll it.
it's making me burp like a motherfucker.
Hey, look at that.
Nice.
Okay. You continue on sort of following the route where you're pretty sure they went. Like it's one of those things where you're quite a ways behind. So it's like you turn, you see Justin here, or you see someone maybe. Takes you out through the courtyard in through another set of halls. You start to hear moaning as you approach.
Fun.
Yeah. What do you want to do with this?
That's a tough call. Is Justin married?
No.
No?
Nope.
Let's see.
Yeah, but look of disappointment.
Yeah.
I think he's going to investigate further because it could be important.
Okay. I will take a dex roll for being quiet.
Oh, this is gonna fail horribly. I'm sure.
Come on.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hey, baby.
Okay. You've already passed your awareness.
Mhm.
You reach the door. It's open. You see clothing kind of scattered on the ground. And you can see sort of in the, like, it's like there's a little bit of moonlight, but otherwise the room's like completely dark. So you can tell they're in the room going at it.
Right.
What you see on the ground are garbs of a sister of the nearby monastery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that is not
Controversial.
nice.
All
Yeah.
right, I'll back off. Whatever. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Mhm.
It's fine. You know, do your thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You don't know of any like that you would have any particularly care for unless you have someone in your
Right.
family.
Right.
Oftentimes, like if there's a family that can't afford to have too many dowries kicking out. Wait, are dowries? What way do they go? They're from the parents of
the wife.
to the husband, right? So yes, oftentimes if very similar to like having too many sons, and one way to deal with that is to send them off to the to nunnery.
Yep.
Or to separate yourself from shame they've created.
Okay. Oh boy, this is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
the religious.
you can always interrupt it.
That's what I'm saying. It's bad because it's they're discovered by a religious knight who's super chaste and everything. So yeah,
You're super
this is not
chaste.
yeah.
Do you feel a need to intervene? Is the question. How do we test that? Is it just?
That's well, if it's. I mean, it could be
Spiritual,
Need for
maybe?
speed.
It could be. So it depends on whether if the concern for Rain is that he is doing something unlawful and wrong, that's just
No, this
unlawful
is
or
more a
wrong.
religious thing.
Yeah, if this is more a sense of this is sacrilegious
Yeah,
on his
that's more
part,
what it is.
I would say test spiritual or worldly.
Modifiers.
Are you impassioned this round?
No. Nope.
No. Then no. Just test one though. Okay. Okay. You feel.
Well, I guess he's gonna be busting this up then because that is not appropriate.
You don't have to decide that compels you to intervene. It definitely compels you to have a very strong opinion about it, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to decide now is how strong he's gonna do about it.
Yeah.
He's gonna intervene because this is not appropriate.
Okay.
At all.
Oh,
not
man.
from his perspective. This is gonna turn out very badly considering it's Justin as well. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so he'll be not so subtle of actually kicking the door open, kind of startle them.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, the door that was already creaked a bit open now flies open. They stop. Like you heard her whisper something just before you did that. She's like, I think I heard something, and then poof, and
you did.
Your silhouette standing in the doorway, and they're both like grabbing at the sheets to like hide their shame. They can't tell who you are, probably, like just from the way the lighting is.
He's not worried about that right now.
Yeah.
He looks towards the sister, I guess it is, yeah. And rather forcefully tells her to get dressed and leave immediately.
She'll like take the sheet over her until she gets to her clothes, and then she'll go into the corner. And,
he'll clear the door when she's ready to leave or whatever.
Yeah.
And Then he walks into the room where Justin's at, and you get dressed and go present yourself at the feast. This is not appropriate.
I'm gonna test something here.
Lustful versus proud?
Nope. Just modest versus proud. That's that's not bad. It would have been worse if he passed that 8 because I tested modest first. He looks at you and he's like, "Why the hell do you care? Why is this your business, Serene?"
Not.
And he's like putting on
it. You can do what you will with whoever you want. Not the Sisters of the Faith. Is that a problem?
He looks at you a moment like there could be a problem, and then he shakes his head and he says, "No problem. Are you planning to tell the king?"
Depends on your actions in the future. Correct your actions. Don't do this again.
And he'll stop at the... I'm going to test to see if this is true. I'll give it a 50-50.
Sure.
Under
Rain's kind of irritated. I mean, he has been for a while, both for his other stuff. So
nice. So he... yeah. He'll stop and he'll be like... He says, as he's leaving, he says, "And if I said I loved her, would that make a difference?"
Fair.
He'll walk off.
Way, then.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll walk off.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Rain would make his way back towards the feasting halls.
Okay. I think for the purposes of that action, that won't be geniality worthy, but I'll give you a tick on spiritual and a tick on honor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right. Cormac, good sir. You are out walking your deer. Are you planning on making this scene a Gwydir scene, a Gwydir moment? That's the real question.
So, the fact that I've got a 19 love family says I have to sort of... I've got to actually correct this and try to help him. He's almost never there for me, but so
I have cousins like that.
but by God, I am always there for him. So I will go ahead and try to break him out of his madness if it can be done. If it can't, I'll impassion with love family to sort of politely pull him out of court and send him home with a bit of Gwydir. It's not the first time you've ever been below the salt.
Do you want me to roll anything before I respond, or just?
I think. What is your love family?
Mine is 19.
No, I'm talking about Gwydir here. Just to get a sense for.
17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. You already felt like shame in this, in madness with Nanteleod, so I think you can just simply play off that, what's already been established, knowing that you have a positive relationship with Cormac. You can. So I think your madness has already kind of. it started with the acting out with Dubricus and Elaine, and now it's turned into almost like a shame.
Yeah.
The Nanteleod shame that you rolled on there.
Yeah. I think you say. Did you say you've stepped over something before? Yeah. Well, of course I have, but that was when I was just a young knight. I'd not done anything, Cormac, and this is different. I'm a banneret now, and my relationship with the king couldn't be better. And this Dubricus, he's asking me for 100 and something libra because of some finger bone that was stolen, and he's blaming me for it, and I had nothing to do with it. And now he's sitting next to the king, telling him to seat me below the salt when I'm supposed to be right there next to him by his side, Cormac.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not the same thing.
Who gives a flying fuck?
I do, Cormac. I do.
About the fucking Roman Catholic in there.
It's nothing to do. What I care about is the king's opinion of me, Cormac, and he's in his ear telling him that I'm a piece of work just because I did what I was told and won him the war in fucking Estragales. They wanted to protect their finger. They should have locked it up better. It's ridiculous. I had nothing to do with that anyway.
But doing this in open court.
I would not
There
be
are
slighted
times and
in front of
places
the
for
whole
things.
court. I would not be
A
complicit in my
feast.
own disrespect. I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
All I wanted to do was spend time with Nia.
Well, go and spend time with her then. It's not like I'm going to be going back in anytime soon anyway. I'll ride home, or I'll just ride somewhere. I don't know. I've got to... The king now hates me, of course, and for good reason,
Ride
because I threw his seneschal off a chair.
Ride home. Didn't go anywhere else. When the king calls for you, I'll make sure I am the one who goes to fetch you.
Go. Don't worry about me, Cormac. Go see your Nia. I'll just go and...
But yeah,
I'll just throw
There will
myself in the
never be a
river and
day.
somebody left me.
that I didn't worry about you.
Oh, well, I know that you're always here for me, Cormac, and I appreciate it. And I can't even fight him. He's an old stinky priest. You know, the kind of thing. Just put my sword in him and drag him in the mud or something. But
Take some time.
I will.
Go home to your seal and your children,
I think
and
you'll
let
actually.
them bring you happiness.
Good. Well,
yeah, I think you're feeling a little talked down to, Woodyer, in this.
Yeah.
Not because Cormac is, but because of your madness.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that makes sense. Cormac, you don't understand, okay? Look, it's not about me feeling sorry for myself. It's about being disrespected in front of my king. It's about... I don't need you or anybody else telling me what I should or shouldn't be doing, alright? I have one person whose job that is, and that is High King Nanteleod of Escavalon. And when somebody's sitting in his ear telling everybody that I'm some piece of work...
Home, cousin. As
He's
the
calling me a
captain
thief,
of the
Cormac.
god,
I'm not sad.
am
I'm pissed off.
responsible for making sure that you make it there safely.
I'm safe enough. Who's going to stop me if I want to go where I'm going?
If you step back into that feast hall, it'll be me.
I'm not going back to the... I'm not going to the feast hall, Cormac, alright?
Go home.
I'm going, but not because you're saying it, alright? I'm saying it because the High King has told me to, and he's the only one who can. So you keep yourself out of this. You go with your Nia, and whatever you need to do. I don't need it, alright? I don't need it. I think he sort of shoves him aside and walks off.
All right, sounds good. I will take a generous test from Cormac. Okay. You can get 2 geniality for the round.
Woo! Nice.
There we go. And then that brings us to Rune.
Hello, I am Rune. Here's the thing, Mr. Bob. I already drew the cards, but after I drew the cards, I thought about something else. So I will leave it to you.
Where are the cards? I don't see them.
I have no idea. Let me see.
They're in his hand instead of on the table.
Yeah, I will put them here, and then I will say what I was trying to think about.
Wow, that's a nice little.
These 2, or is
That's
it?
my fucking host card, not this one too.
Yeah, you know what's hilarious?
Damn it.
you go to do what were you going to do?
I wanted to talk to my wife about bringing the Breaking together to fortify my control over them, to like kind of build up to, making that place a higher title. Duke Rune doesn't sound that bad, but I did draw a fucking host card, so.
Yeah, so what happens is you go over, you find your wife, and you're like, so I've been waiting for this opportunity to tell you this or to talk to you about this. I had something to propose. And she's like, oh? And then just as you're about to start, King Nanteleod stands up and says, I suppose now is as good a time as any to raise the topic of why we gather here beyond the Lord's mercy for us and the memory of Easter. And you maybe you try to continue talking. Let's roll energetic versus lazy.
I felt that.
Uh-oh.
That's interesting.
Oh. You got to keep rolling with this one because there's not like a.
Yeah.
What?
There we go.
17 years later. You still got to roll. Okay, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, you kind of look. You look over. You debate continuing the conversation, and you can already tell your wife's just gonna hush you if you try. And you're like,
fine.
Yeah. It can wait. So it'll have to wait this round. Is this everybody? Or just you? This is just you, right?
I think it's
Success.
just me, yeah.
Okay, +5 for intrigue for the rest of the feast, so that's good.
Nice.
And otherwise, no geniality. Yay.
Yeah. That's it.
What an awful
terrible
card.
That's not the worst.
It's a horrible card.
That's still terrible.
+5 intrigue is potentially useful if we're doing it.
Yes, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a 19 intrigue for plus a 5.
There you go. You get the crits.
Well, you get one. You get one geniality, so that's solid. That'll move us to Collis.
I think Sir Collis is going to do intrigue. And he's going to try to find out some gossip or information about what's been going on in Summerlin. That's the closest conflict, or the conflict that he cares somewhat about recently.
Did you add your 2 geniality?
Yep.
Okay. Damn. It was a worthwhile try. Everyone seems like
It's not our feast, man. It's not our feast.
Yeah. Yeah, like the people here are like, what? Why Summerlin? Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not our feast.
No one seems to care about it, you know.
It's Somerset now as well. Remember?
Yeah, but not here.
True.
Yeah. So yeah, that I guess it's just a non-go. Like no one really has anything to add. After a while though, you kind of turn, you're like, oh, I guess it's not a big deal. Someone said something about like maybe that like they heard rumors that they were trying pagans as witches.
That sounds right to me.
Hey, convert.
Gwydia kind of charge you back in. You said what?
Right.
I heard that from 17 miles away.
Yell a bunch of witches! Yell a bunch of witches!
So then you see Rain come walking back in, and not long after him is Justin. And then we moved around 3. Rain.
All right. Rain is going to just spend time with his wife, Lady Illyri, and
oh, you know what? Before you do this, I will give the general. So what does Nanteleod actually say? Because he did come drone on about politics. Yeah. There's a lot of useless stuff in there. What he does add is he says, we've received news from Salisbury that they anticipate that Wessex will be marching upon them this year. In addition, the war in Summerland has been very one-sided, and we anticipate that Summerland will fall. As for London, we trust in Duke Ulfius for this time being, that he is to rally the forces of the Vale and march them upon Londinium when the time is ready. And doesn't sound great, but that's what you hear, and that'll be the sit down. And then Drax, sorry, we can go back to your round.
Yeah. So I mean, would be spending his time with Lady Illyri. Hearing that little bit, if you caught any of it, you'd ask her opinion on that and how she's doing with that info. And other than that, just asking how she's settling in with everything.
So just kind of like looking after her a bit. Do you want to make it temperate then, maybe?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like she's definitely, with everything being over, despite those putting the fright on her from last time, she's settled in quite nicely to things, and obviously she's a mother now, right? And so,
right,
yeah, she's very busy, but she seems like content with. She likes Caroline. You kind of pick up that she enjoys it better than perhaps
where I'm stationed.
Yeah. At least for now.
For me to deal with some other stuff.
Yeah. Your place isn't exactly full of luxury at the moment as you're built under construction, so which is just fine for you. But you get the
exactly.
Yeah. Unlike mine.
Not for raising a family, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
All right, but she seems like content, like happy with you. I don't think there's an established love from her side there, but it's not. It's definitely turned into like a working really like you know what I mean, which would be the standard of this era. Unless
he's a fucking snake.
You talk to your cousin or whatever.
Fucking killer. Kill him right now.
What?
We got Yampa as the devil over here.
Right. Yeah.
Some more devil.
Secret society.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to become High King.
They're going to
behind
curtains to a pagan religion.
You do notice that Rune's been wearing an awful lot of yellow these days for some reason. Cormac.
All right.
You wander back into the feast.
Yep. I am somewhat sad, but
Yeah.
I still have to take care of Matic. So I grab Matic.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Not
Bless him.
ouch. Not like physically, but we're going to
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm going to present him to King Nanteleod, and
He looks nervous. He's like, "What's the plan exactly?"
I am going to petition the king to have united.
Oh.
It's a very good question that I had.
You know, because he's about to age out. This is the last opportunity.
How old is Matic? Just
21.
Yeah, he should be turning this year, but he
all of our squires should be already knighted, no?
He had issues because of previous things. That he
Yeah,
did.
but I have 2 squires. Both of them are. The first one is 22. The second is 21. So.
Oh yeah, my other one aged out already.
Yeah, your 22-year one certainly aged out, Rune. Did you petition for him to be knighted?
So I had Tristan, which is 22.
Yeah.
To be knighted, and then I have Vaughan, which is 21. So he should be knighted as well.
Maybe that's it. Maybe right now we're seeing the knighting ceremony of the various squires that are aging out.
Yeah,
we're gonna test first. Yeah, Tristan, your first one did knight last year, Rune.
Last year, okay.
Yeah. Your second one is ready to be knighted. Matic is currently not being named to be knighted because of what happened, which Cormac's about to interfere with. Does anyone else have a knight who's here who would be up for this ceremony?
I would have had Cerdic. He would have aged out if not. So
this year or last year?
No, it would have been the previous year.
Okay.
Because it was 503 where he was 21. So then the year after that, he would have been 22. So it would have been done.
This is 505. That's really a long time ago.
Yeah, we probably just missed it.
Yeah, Iorworth.
I don't think we did, though. I think that's why you got Leontis.
No? Oh, okay. Just
right?
double checking then. Yeah, I just had it in my notes. So
yeah, so your old one would be gone. Yeah, is there anyone else like that has an older squire that shouldn't be a squire anymore?
I have 2, 22, 21.
Yeah, we got yours still.
Yeah. There's just my 21 Iorworth. That's it.
I know I've got a 20-year-old in a 3-day. Yep.
Okay, Iorworth. Yeah, so Iorworth, Tristan, and Tristan's already been knighted last year, Rune. Your other one is up for knighting right now, and so is Iorworth. Amongst others, there's like dozens of these squires up for knighting this year. Matic is not in that group, so we zoom back in on Cormac as he's trying to change that for the positive for Matic.
So I'm going to impassion with honor.
Okay.
This.
Yep.
Ooh.
There we go.
So close. But I want to petition King Nanteleod upon Matic's behalf, as much as he has his own faults, as every man does. Sorry, hold up. Every man in here has his own faults, including myself, Matic, Gwydir, Rain, Rune, and Callus. Matic himself has shown great ingenuity, skill, and poise. In most occasions.
There are like a couple people that like in the last part,
Yeah.
you know, but continue.
He has shown himself worthy on the battlefield. And though he struggles a bit with his virtues, I know that if given half the chance, he would make himself a knight worthy of your... a knight worthy of you. Do not let this man out to pasture. Do not let somebody steal his service out from under you.
Okay. I need an orate test.
Orate. Fantastic.
You can add your plus your geniality and your +5 from your honor.
Ooh, nice.
So close.
All right. Nanteleod says, "Very well, Sir Cormac. You are the captain of my guard, and many of my knights have found their way into higher positions, though perhaps some have forgotten the gifts they've recently received. I am in need of household knights. And if you say so, then Maddock might be squired. It'll be upon your honor, Sir Cormac."
Aye.
Very well then. Add another. And so this will take place. They'll each go through the knighting ceremony in the following day.
I do want to say to Maddock, before leaving him, that if he does anything to disrespect Nanteleod, me, or dishonor himself, I will be disappointed in him.
He says, "But you dishonor yourself all the time, Sir Cormac."
He's right, you know, Doctor.
Damn it. God damn it, Trent.
I understand. I swear this to you.
Nay. Then I swear it to me. Swear it to King Nanteleod, who is giving you this chance. Swear it to God, who has seen fit to sway Nanteleod's heart. Swear it upon yourself and your honor.
Very well then. I swear it upon these things. You can tell he's like, I want to be a knight, and I'm saying all the things I need to say right now to try and be a knight. Yeah.
Oh, there's no...
No, it's not fabricated. He's just excited. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fake. It's perhaps a slight bit disingenuous, but not from a want to not say it or not to disregard it. It's just, he'll mean it, but what he means mostly is, I want to be a knight. And you've kind of seen that in him the whole time, right?
Yeah.
It's one of his qualities, but it doesn't mean it's always going to be a quality.
It is one of his qualities. It's not always a quality. Sometimes it is a flaw, but...
Yeah. So with that too, the other thing you got the impression with Nanteleod is, like, for someone who's generally just, he definitely was, like, you saw him overcome his pride about it, but it seemed rather arbitrary the way he sort of dismissed it into your, well, if you say so. It's not his normal way.
I think I rattled him.
I mean, Gwydir could have rattled him. On top of the captain of the guard is stepping up to speak on this man's behalf.
Something's off though, but we can end with that. Do you want to add anything to that? I just want to make sure we get through the rest of the round here. Do you want to add any fine points on that as we?
No, that was it.
Okay. You're gonna get. We haven't given you geniality yet, right? For this one?
No, not yet.
Okay. You get two more. Have you ever won the geniality race in a game?
Yes. Once.
Okay. Just curious.
In Esther Gales.
Yeah.
Because I was Irish.
That's fair. This brings us to Rune for round 3.
Question. So Tristan got knighted the year before. Does that mean that my second squire gets knighted now?
Yes, he's in the procession. He's like up front right now. They're like being like introduced before they go through the ceremony tomorrow.
Dude, I just want to figure out my sheet real quick, so I don't have squires right now.
And you'll be assigned new squires for next time.
Yeah. I think I will now do the whole, hey, wife, I want to consolidate the Birkenhead tribes.
Okay. Lady Anarchy.
Or something like...
I think this will be intriguing, though it's your wife.
Is that including my genealogy?
Yep. Yeah, you get to add that.
Okay, 1 + 3. It could be good. Can't fail it.
Perfect. Okay, so what's your pitch to her?
It's something along the lines of times are changing, dear wife, dear Anrod. The mountains won't stop progress. The least that we can do is consolidate everything under our rule and have our family dictate how our people live.
I don't disagree with you, husband, but this is not going to be a small task. The Breckinag are proud.
I'm sure they are. If it was not up to me to take up, what is the word? Magnanimous? That overwhelming forces, I would have not become a knight. I would have gone to be a monk. And with you by my side, I'm sure that we can do anything that we set up on.
Okay. She'll look at you and nod and say, I have but one request if we're to undertake this endeavor.
And what is that?
That we do not let this come to blows with my family.
It would all be done diplomatically. And if anything were to go awry, I will use my leverage with the swords of the king and the king himself.
Are you sure the king will wish to honor this?
It'd be quite demeaning to himself to not listen to one of his knights, premier knights.
You know more about that than I do. And I trust you. If you wish me to speak to my family, I will. Just know that they will have ambitions of their own.
And tell them that we will rip what we sow. Brecken will be ours.
Okay. I don't think she will say that to them, but that's fair. Yeah. All right. You did pass the intrigue. Yeah, you get the impression she's on board to a point, but you definitely get the impression that that point ends with turmoil with her family. That's what your intrigue passes. Otherwise, it sounds like she's pretty on board. That brings us to Collis to end round 3.
Alright. I noticed that I didn't get my geniality for last round because of the card.
Oh, yeah. So even though you... Yeah.
Other than that, I think
2,
Sir
right?
Collis... Yeah, 2. I think Sir Collis was just going to probably use his intrigue to find a probably a notable person to hire for the orate skill, like a tutor.
Somebody to help teach you orate. Is that the idea?
Yeah, but I was using the intrigue to sort of gossip and find, someone who's like a lot better than the rest. See if I can do that.
I want to say that's actually Cormac, isn't it? So the obvious ones in the room, depends on how low or high you're looking, in the table. Cedric is good at it. Diggit is good at it. And Cormac, I believe, right? And Gwydir's not here.
11.
Oh, you only got 11?
I'm not famous for it, but I pull some...
Yeah. They say, like, maybe, the like Cormac's had some successes in the past negotiating. I said Derek as well, right?
No.
No?
You did not name Derek.
Because I don't think he is. So that's good. No, I think it's Locke. Because Locke has been sent away to speak more often than not.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So those are the names, Collis, that ring out.
So I was going to try to hire someone to be in my entourage to sort of...
Oh, you're looking for that, so you're not looking for someone like a highborn. You're okay. If you're just looking for that, give me an intrigue to gossip around and find out who you might hire in the area. Yeah, you get a name. I'll give you that right now. Let's figure out where they are. Piro of current setting in Carline. Worldly as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, he really sucks at everything else.
Yep, that makes sense. He's like an esquire. Yeah. But that land score's got to be.
What would his actual orate be then?
His orate would be above 15 for sure. Yeah. If you're asking for that. He would be famous for it, so 16 plus. Because you passed intrigue, so I'm not feeding you bullshit. So, on top of that, that gives you 2 more, right? 3 more actually, because you succeeded at that one. There you go. Collis slides in for the win on that one. from below the salt. Okay. With that, Nanteleod calls for an immediate audience with his knights. And then he says, "We will be marching on our enemies." He says this to the court. "Prepare yourself. We move as early as late spring. The moment the ground has thawed proper, our armies will begin to march eastward." And he leaves it cryptic from there. Mm-hmm. And he called for his knights to gather. That involves Cormac. He's going to put a special invite out for Rain, Collis, and Rune, because this is right afterwards. Obviously, Gwydir would normally be welcome, but he's not here. We're going to quickly zoom over to Gwydir. I need a D20 roll, good sir.
14.
14. Okay. You spend the next 10 days riding through the Forest Sauvage.
That's what I was thinking was appropriate anyway.
Maybe
that was where the bandits came from as well for me. So he's like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna go kill some people.
Yeah.
What's the name of your next night?
You find yourself actually to the point of like you ride to the point where you're completely malnourished, and like you actually like have to lay down. You found water but not food anywhere, and you're starting to like lose your mind proper. But a poor knight ends up finding you on the roadside and feeding you back to proper.
Thanks, bro.
And that's where you will be. He too is pagan. Yeah.
The pagan revolution's coming.
Yeah. So you can roll a d4.
1.
Okay. You see some things when you're kind of hallucinating from lack of food. And with the landing of this night in your perfect direction after riding for days without anyone or anything on your path, you're convinced that the gods must be behind your cause, that they've seen the plea or the trouble that the church has created for you, and that they support you. You treat it like a blessing in this. You get +1 to spiritual in this case, since you went mad. Yeah.
My spiritual's now 11.
Yeah. He also teaches you some things about your religion. So religion pagan can get ticked, as can first aid. He seems to be quite good at that.
Ah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
We'll give him a name.
Give him a job.
Yeah.
Oh God, Kenathwi.
Yeah, Kenathwi.
Kenathwi. It sounded. I was more afraid of that until I said it. I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. Kenathwi. It's only like if you're under 12 syllables and you're doing well. So, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. With that, Nanteleod looks to everyone. Everyone who's gathered. This doesn't involve Gwydir at the moment. And he says, I need a volunteer. And with that, we're going to close the round.
Oh, dang.
I'm going to talk to you guys real briefly about that in the recap, and we'll go from there. Thanks to anyone who stuck around to watch. We're back with the world colliding here. Clearly, Nanteleod's group is marching, either to, from the sounds of it, London, Salisbury, or Summerland. And we'll find out more next time. Yeah, it's a trap, indeed. All right. Thanks for watching, y'all, and we're going to do our quick recap and close her out. Take care.